This is the Mercedes-AMG CLE 53 4MATIC Plus, and it will be on sale in Australia later in 2024. Here's 5 things you ought to know. Now, it's really hard to believe this is actually the baby AMG version of the new CLE because, well, just look at it. It looks absolutely wild. If somebody told me this was a Black Series, I would believe them. And there has been an incredible amount of changes over the regular CLE, and it starts, well, with these fenders. Check these out. These front fenders are around 58mm wider than standard, while at the back, I think it's around 75mm wider. So there's been some expensive sheet metal changes, and it doesn't stop there. There is a vented bonnet, which is kind of cool if you're geeky like me. And then if you look at the front, there's been huge amounts of changes. There's the AMG grille, there's a nifty splitter down here, and it still doesn't stop there. This way. These are the light alloy 20-inch rims. There's some side skirts, and then there is this nifty ducktail rear spoiler here and a huge splitter. Except you have to be a bit careful because when you look at this car, there has been plenty of option boxes ticked. So for the standard version, you'll get a smaller spoiler and you won't get these nifty add-ons on the front. But overall, we think it looks pretty damn cool. Another important aspect you have to consider of the new CLE 53 is, well, AMG has thrown a huge amount of chassis tech on it. It gets rear wheel steering, it gets adaptive dampers, and it gets the new 4MATIC Plus, which variable all-wheel drive, which means in race mode you get a rear wheel drive drift mode. Well, it's not really a drift mode, but you can go very sideways indeed. So despite these nifty AMG power domes, under the bonnet, you don't get a V8. Instead, you get a 3-litre inline 6-cylinder, but it's not any 6-pot. This is Mercedes-AMG's engine, and it's the M256M. Now, the M at the back of the name means this has been updated for 2024, and it gets more power. This now produces 330 kilowatts and 560 newton meters of torque, but there's also an overboost function which boosts that torque figure up to 600 newton meters for 12 seconds. And that translates into a pretty rapid car. This can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.2 seconds, 250 kilometers per hour top speed, except you can ask AMG politely, give them some cash, and they'll raise that top speed to 270. So really seriously quick. So inside the CLE 53, well, it feels pretty special in here, as you would expect of an AMG product. It gets the AMG performance seats that offer plenty of lateral support. You get the AMG steering wheel. You get the regular CLE's 11.9-inch infotainment system, but it has got specific AMG graphics. But overall, from the carbon fibre trim to the mix of leather and microfibre, this feels a very special place indeed. So the 5th and final thing you need to know about the CLE 53 is, well, we think there's going to be both a convertible version and, if we're really lucky, perhaps a V8. And can you imagine what a Black Series will look like if this thing looks this good? So exact timings and pricing have yet to be announced for the CLE 53 in Australia, but if it drives as well as it looks, we think this thing could be, well, seriously impressive.